And now I'm sitting here, and I know a lot of my clients and friends and just people I've spoken to that I, always like have a conversation going on with somewhere behind the scenes over the past year or a couple of years. And I'm going, well, if it's not that stuff anymore, then what is it? And the only answer is, because it's who you are, Kat, and it's what you're meant to say. But it's almost like if I don't add, or what I've been experiencing is, if I don't add something that's kind of surface-based to that, like, all right, here's the physical placeholder that's going to represent that I'm on path, I guess then what I'm left with is that blank slate of like, oh, now you're like literally only going to do it because it's who you are and what you were born to do and who you were born to be. And that's scarier. That's scarier. That's what I mean when I say money is easy. Like, I don't mean it always is just there in the exact way that you want it to be. But your identity, your true who you were born to be, can't ever be reflected by how much money was made or even how many people were impacted. But when you go to bed at night and you put your head on the pillow, either black and white, you let forth what was meant to come forth from you. You said the thing or did the thing or took the step or reached out to the person. And for most of us here, it is the outpouring of the fire and flow. Either you did that or you didn't. And I said that a million times, but then I had all these other surface outcomes that allow me to kind of be like, okay, but that's my focus, that's the goal. And if I take all of that away, not because I don't expect it, I actually expect it bigger than I've ever experienced before. And so obviously not because I think it's a bad thing either, but just because it's like there is like literally no drive there. Like I couldn't care less one way or the other. So how do I motivate myself to get up and do the thing if I just have no internal driver to create money outcomes in the way that I used to, or even to create outcomes in terms of numbers of people that I'm reaching? My true internal driver is I have to be the voice that I came here to be. I have to let forth the fire and the flow that God has put inside of me. And within the vision of that, making millions and impacting millions is like, duh, like of course, like that is in the vision. That is in the literal location, like the literal supernatural location of those outcomes. Making and impacting millions is in the place where I show up and just be me, as it always was. Is this making any kind of sense? I wanted to do a 3-minute or less reel. Here we go. Let me know if it's landing for you. If you're watching this far, then it must be, right? But now it's like I can't anchor to that. I've tried, just like as a placeholder, basically. Like, okay, let me just focus on getting myself consistent to where this occurs or this occurs or this occurs. And it's like, I don't care. Like, I can't make myself care, not even in any kind of like, okay, well, this is fun and exciting and let's hit that next level way. Again, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm sure as time goes on, when I hit brand new money goals or impact goals or speak on certain stages and that kind of thing, that's never happened before, I'm going to be super excited about it. But I can't show up for that like I used to. I can't. And I've already proved that I'm not going to because I've really tried a lot this year. And so all I'm left with, and I was talking about this over the weekend with a friend, all I'm left with is, oh, well, it's literally just because it's what I'm meant to do. And that feels scarier because it feels like there's much more on the table. There's much more on the line. I don't know. I would have sworn 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that I would never have a hard time showing up for the message that's inside of me. And that was very true at the time, within who I was at the time. But yeah, there were always these kind of like external representations that I found easier to align to, or to say to myself was kind of like, like that's the thing that's going to prove to myself that I'm on track or I'm on path. And without that, I'm like, that doesn't prove like jack, right? It doesn't prove anything, and it doesn't excite me as an outcome to work towards. All I've got left is staring at that blank page, so to speak, and saying, well, are you going to say something today, Kat? Are you going to say it in spite of the fact that, you're just showing up rough and raw as always, and there's a million things that ideally you think might get more polished or improved or whatever over time, Are you going to say it even though there's no anchor point other than, like right now, there is no anchor point other than simply laying my head on the pillow at night and going, yeah, okay, well, I did it. And I have no idea exactly where it's unfolding. And I don't have any, like I can set, you know, a target or a goal if I want to, because I don't know, like I could, right? But it's not the thing that's going to get me showing up. You know, in a way it never was. So I guess everything comes full circle and you end up just realizing the same stuff that you knew and talked about the whole entire time. So there's that as well. And it's always like new level, you know, dropped in deeper level of the same thing it always was. So there we have it. Yeah, what's the why? You got to go looking for the thing that excites you. You're not going to do the thing if there's not a charge around it. It's like fitness. For a very long time now, I have not had any ability to show up just to try and get certain body outcomes, even though of course it was never only about certain body outcomes, but it was about certain body outcomes. Like I wanted to prove some kind of thing about how I could look and the shape that I could be in and that kind of thing. And thank the Lord I grew through that phase so long ago. And now I love having those outcomes. I absolutely expect those outcomes. Like they're just really a natural, automatic outcome of the habits and the discipline and the mindset and the identity that I choose and cultivate around fitness. But that wouldn't get me in the gym. Like it wouldn't, and it hasn't for a long time. And so I had to flip the switch bit by bit to where it was like, man, it's because this, like there's a pulse that beats inside of me to do with lifting weights or punching things. It is what it is. I love it, you know, or running up a rocky mountain or whatever it might be. And I guess, yeah, that's the ultimate with business and with messaging, and really with being a voice and with any kind of ministry as well. It should be the same thing. It's like getting back to the heart of worship. Here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again. Let me know what you think.